Good evening, everybody. It's your boy DC. This is Out of the Fog. You see it right down there in the corner. We are a local matter show, which means we have all the people doing all the cool things hanging out on the couch. Tonight is no exception. We have Annalise, Mike, and Michelle coming through with their production companies and talking all about the Nickel Independent Film Festival, who we love. And we're going to have the one and only Steve Snow from the Discovery Center talking about adult education and all of what you need to know to make the dreams come true. They've been doing it for over 30 years. You're going to hear all about that tonight. And then, of course, we have Steve Martin and we have Carla Sullivan coming through from Recreation NL, the executive director and a board member, talking about what it takes to make you time. And guess what? It ain't a thing. It's a tree, reading a book, it's a walk down the road. Listen, we'll talk all about it after the break. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll see you in 2. Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and I am joined by a trifecta of awesome to my right, Annalise, Mike, and Michelle. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great, Donnie. Thanks for having us.
Well, I'm glad to have you back, and some new friends too, which I love.
Yeah.
And you're familiar. Ever meet someone and feel like you met them already? Mm-hmm. Maybe this is happening with us tonight. Let's see how it goes. Listen, I got to say, as a huge lover of local independent film and related content, it is so cool to be hanging out with people who have so much passion for creating the things that we see on stage and on screen. So first I'm going to ask you guys separately how your journeys led you to this point today. And Annalise, I'll ask you first. What led you into the creative arts when it comes to everything that you do on stage and now, again, working with all this on screen?
So I'm part of Cool Pond Productions. We got our start in the pandemic when one of our trifecta of directors, Cullen Bruce Lockhart, wrote an online musical.
That's right.
And having gained all the experience from making an online musical, we said, why stop? So we've been making new film, and when this airs, we'll have just finished producing our first stage play, An Unmarked Hour, down at the Barbara Barrett.
Ah, very cool and very well summarized. You're like, no doubt. Here's everything for you. And what about you, Mike? What's the story?
I've always been into performing and with improv and comedy, and I found filmmaking through the Nickel Film Festival, who I now work for, through their 48-hour challenges, and yeah, just fell in love with it, especially the very low budget, super quick 48-hour filmmaking on the weekend. Nothing like buying some pizza for a bunch of lunatics and just filming the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
I love it. Thank you so much. And Michelle, tell me everything.
So I'm a former theatre arts teacher who, upon retirement, went back to the arts. And so we had a start in the pandemic with film because nothing else was happening on stage. And so the Nickel, once again, was a great motivator with their 48-hour film challenges. It was the first film that myself and my partner, Bridget Ricketts, put off. And so it was a glorious start, and we've been going full on since then.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing that two companies are collaborating. Tell me more about how that came to be.
So the show we just finished, An Unmarked Door, started as a Nickel script writing prompt, then became a short in the St. John's Short Film Festival, and then through St. John's Players they got us some stage space to turn it into a full play, and Michelle auditioned, and we cast her as the lead of the play, and she's been absolutely wonderful.
Is that not the most full circle moment ever?
Oh, absolutely. And we're all here on the couch together.
No, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so great. Listen, I want to ask you, the Nickel Independent Film Festival, as it's been known, how long has this incredible festival been happening? I mean, I would say, how long? 20 years? It feels like.
Yeah.
And listen, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Roger Maunder's name as one of the original people who brought this And I wonder if he could have anticipated that it would come so far and inspire so many people and lead to the creation of so much amazing Newfoundland-based content. I wonder what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it's always been in the mandate of the Nickel to lift up independent filmmakers and especially local independent filmmakers. So I do feel like this would be right along the lines of why he started this in the first place.
And I'll ask you, what led you into working for the Nickel, obviously being in the arena of film and creative things, and how rewarding is it for you now to be on the inside of that, helping other artists as well as people in your own network?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing group to work for. I've always been just so excited whenever a Nickel challenge would come up, just because there's no judgment. The motto of the challenge is it doesn't have to be good, it just has to be done. And so it's absolutely no pressure. So for somebody like me who had never been in a filmmaking environment before, to be able to jump into one of these challenges led to now a lifelong love of film and a sort of a full-time job. Getting to work with the Nickel now came as quite a big surprise to me. But I've been peripheral to just about everything they've done for so many years that it just fit. It just made sense.
It's natural. I love that. And so I'll ask you, your story is so amazing, and there's so many things that are in my mind from you saying this, and it's you know, we can do anything we want whenever we want. We are the youngest we will ever be right now in our lives. Yeah. And have you ever felt so young getting to do what you loved to do, which led you into teaching in the first place, and now you're doing it authentically from the other side? Yeah. What's that about?
Well, it's been fantastic, actually, and I never thought of myself as a filmmaker, but like I said, an opportunity came, and I made a choice in retirement that I'm going to live every day 110 million%. And I've got to say, people have had faith in me, and being older has not been a barrier. I consider myself an emerging writer, director, filmmaker, and everybody's been behind me 100%, from the NIFCO to the Nickel to other production companies that say, come on board. Yeah.
It's a gift, isn't it?
It is a gift, and I'd encourage anybody at whatever age, if you want to try something, what's the worst that can happen?
Now, first of all, no one's trying to say you're older than us. No. Let me just point that out. But I just found your story of having a full career and it evolved away from even the point of your, right? And I just love to remind viewers of that opportunity that we all have every day to do what we choose. And I love that.
And this is a beautiful community for that. Like I said, we're supporting each other, and we kind of lift each other up like the ocean lifts all ships.
Yeah, I love that.
And you can try a passion, and you can do one film or you can do 20 films. We all wait for the Nickel challenges. It's like, what do you mean it's November and it's not out yet? Come on.
Well, I watched a whole bunch of the Halloween ones that happened, the horror challenge. I mean, around that time of year, and to me, that's just so much proof of the creative talent and passion that we have all around us here. So Annalise, I'm going to ask you, what's next? And when you think about the work that you're doing in terms of full productions and the challenges that the Nickel comes together to pull off, well, what excites you and what's on the horizon?
Oh, I mean, the very next thing is Plan 709, because it's the Nickel's Coming Up Challenge, where they're taking Plan 9 from outer space, widely considered the worst film ever made, and they split it into clips, and both Cool Palm Productions and Principals are making clips for Plan 709, so there's still time to sign up if you want to get involved.
Love it.
And then we're working on taking a short we developed for the Nickel Challenge last year and spinning it off into a series.
Thank you all for coming on. Come back again, guys. Check out the Nickel Film Festival. So much exciting things happening and so many incredible folks you can meet. And so check it all out. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Well, I'm so excited to be hanging out with these two right now. Steve and Carla, how are you guys doing ttonight?
Excellent.
Good, thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for being here. Yeah. And I want to say, looking at your swag you got on, there's some cute looking logo there, buddy. I mean, I'm not going to, imply that I had anything to do with it, but I will say that Recreation NL is an incredible organization in our province, and they are on a mission to help you make you time as wellness supporters. The executive director himself here to my left, I want you to tell us here viewing at home and across the province about Recreation NL and what it means to you.
Sure. So Recreation NL, we're a membership organization. Our members tend to be municipalities or recreation commissions around the province, corporate members as well. And we advocate to government, we communicate and provide professional development opportunities to our members to advance recreation in the sector as a whole. Just to provide more you time for the people of the province.
That's amazing. I'll turn it over to you. So listen, I mean, Babe Old's life, coming to hang out here on the couch. I want to ask you about your place in the world of recreation and leisure.
Yeah, so, I come from a small town, and the reason why I wanted to get into recreation was because of the lack of opportunities in recreation. So when I was deciding what to do, recreation was a great fit, and now I'm working in my home region on the Southern Shore and been a part with RecNL for 11 years now. And
wow.
It's just been great, the professional development you get with being involved with RecNL, and the networking is huge as well. It's a fantastic organization.
I'm so glad to hear. That's amazing. And they're lucky to have you too, I'm sure, being on the board, because let's face it, being on a board to help an organization move ahead, advance its goals is no joke. And I think that we all, as volunteers who have been around boardroom tables, understand the value of contribution. So I'll say this in the moment. If any of you guys are on the couch looking to make impact in life, volunteerism is where we need you to be, and Rogers is a champion of that cause as well. Steve, how important is the volunteer time of the board and other members of committees to help Recreation NL do what it does?
Yeah, well, we rely on our members to help us advance. And how can we help our members, whether it's a volunteer commission? It's really important for us to identify in every municipality, every community in the province, that there are a sector of people who are looking to bring recreational opportunities using their own dedicated time towards it. So they're champions in our mind. We have a fantastic board, a lot of new faces actually on our board that are working with us. Pivotal time for RNL, we say there's a lot of new, including myself. And just looking to advance recreation by basically explaining to people what it is and why it's so important in your town.
It's amazing, and thank you so much. And so, this leads me to the conversation, which I think is very important to the viewers at home. If we can have them walk away with anything, it would be to understand that recreation is as diverse and wide as you want it to be, and that's the point. And may I say that, even as someone who grew up in recreation paradigms myself, I worry still that there are people out there who, when they hear the word recreation, they think gym floor.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
And so let's take this opportunity and widen the lens and really speak of the variety of recreation and leisure activities that all help us to quite literally recreate and renew and refresh ourselves, because life is crazy, let's be honest. So I'll turn it over to you. When it comes to a variety of things that are offered in your region, can you tell us what the diversity of those things may be?
Yeah, so like you said, sport certainly can and is a part of recreation, but it is so much more. It can be your music classes, your swimming lessons, hitting the trails to go hiking, reading a book in the park.
Yes.
It really is so simple, and I think sometimes people overthink it.
Yes.
Right, so we just want to make people aware that, whatever it is that you enjoy, that gets you relaxed, that, at the end of the day, you're like, I need that book to help me wind down at the end of the night. That's recreation for you, right?
Exactly, I love that, and you're so right. And so speaking of which, it brings us to an exciting conversation about something that I think the folks around the province will want to be tuning into this year, which is called That's Recreation, which aims to do just that, to demystify how simple and easy it is to make time for you. Steve, why don't you tell us more about that?
Yeah, it's as simple as that's recreation. A big piece that we are looking to accomplish over the next 3 years is show the people of the province, and not just the general public, but people who are working for municipalities, your administrators, your councils, people who are responsible for dedicating budgets to recreation in their community, that recreation just isn't physical activity. Physical activity in any regard, sport, trails, is a small aspect of a big pot of what recreation can be, like Carla just alluded to. So we're going to be showcasing a number of communities across the province of exactly how they're doing recreation in their towns and how important that is to the community. And we'll be doing videos all year long, 12 videos throughout the year to showcase what's happening in your communities, and that's recreation.
Where is recreation thriving, and where can we use more programs and services? I would assume you'd say the Avalon East is sort of where you'll see the most density, but the most opportunity maybe exists outside of the city limits. What do you say?
Yeah, I think your bigger centers, your bigger budgets, bigger facilities, you see a lot more opportunity for recreation. When we get a little more rural, that's where we have to get creative. And we talked about volunteerism and the champions who are really thinking outside the box to create these opportunities for the public.
Absolutely. Carl, I'll ask you, when you look into the crystal ball of life and a year goes by and we have a year of folks engaging with video content that shows the members themselves, the communities they're in, and the things that they offer to help you to recreate or to pursue recreation, what's your hope? What do you see?
You know what? I just hope that people can recognize how simple it is to engage in recreation and go out and do it. It's easy enough for us to say that it is so easy, but hoping people find the benefits in that as well. Going out to take a walk to feel that stress relief. So I'm hoping people can feel the benefits as well.
And I can add to that. It's important that our councils, our administrators, from the your local municipalities right to the province, like we're also a member of a national base organization.
That's right.
We need to show them how important it is for the residents in their community to have access to trails, to libraries, to whatever it is that these, our public makes you time. It's important that we look at that and we invest the dollars into those infrastructures, those programs to give people that opportunity.
Love it. Will you come on again and hang out with us?
Absolutely.
Anytime.
I love it.
Anytime.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. Recreation NL, check it out. That's recreation. We're out of the fog, and we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and am I ever excited to finally get this grand poobah on the couch. I've been talking to him about coming on forever, and he is just one of the humble folks who wants to make it all happen behind the curtain, but not tonight. Steve Snow, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Donnie. Thanks for this opportunity to have a conversation about adult ed.
Listen, I'll tell you what,
Looking
it's your passion.
It is, absolutely.
An educator yourself.
I am.
What led you into looking around when you did, and we'll talk about how long that's been going on in just a minute, and saying, yeah, we need to do better and we need to help the people of our province? I'll hand it over to you.
I started in adult ed a long time ago, in 1991, and from the very first moment I got in a classroom with adults, I loved it. Absolutely a dream position for a teacher in my position. And from that first moment, I had always thought, wow, I would love to have my own school and to do this.
Wow, it's big dreams, but you made it reality.
I did. I would say that timing was very, very much on my side.
Okay.
I had applied to start a private school to teach adult education in the winter of 1992, and July of 1992 was when the COD moratorium happened.
Wow.
And there was a great need in a lot of communities around this province, And so that's how I got my start. It was unfortunate circumstances to get started in, but it enabled many people to participate in adult education and advance when they wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's interesting when you think back about what we all acknowledge in the history of the arc of the evolution of our province and what is arguably one of the darkest times that happened to us in that regard. And there you were with perfect timing, ready to help all the folks who suddenly found themselves in a position where they all needed to get that help.
Yeah, and you know, despite the circumstances that happened, when it was all said and done, it was an extremely rewarding experience to be part of and to continue to be part of, helping others return to school and get an education and then go on and further their education at the post-secondary level and have very good careers and be productive members of the community and come back and see you years later. And it's just so rewarding. It is a fantastic feeling to be part of that. And I have to give a shout out to the people I work with, because it's not me, it's my staff. And every day they go above and beyond to help students get where they need to go. And they're the real people behind the Discovery Center that make it all work.
That's amazing. And let me say, from what I know, you know, there's obviously a team ever evolving, but you have had some folks with you doing what they do so well for a very long time. Am I right?
Yeah, I've been very lucky in that the adult educators who I work with, most of them have been with me since the very beginning. Now, I'm not saying they're old folks.
Oh, no.
They get down
No one's saying that.
and they have absolutely great rapport with the students, both young and old, because we have a very diverse group of individuals who attend the Discovery Center. We have some people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and even some older individuals.
That's right.
And it's a great mix. Everyone helps each other. A great environment for people to be at ease and to come and complete the courses they need to and move on to post-secondary in the next phase of their life.
Let's play a little game together, and you'll say yes or no.
Okay.
You got to wait for certain times of the year to begin your journey to finish high school.
No, you can start anytime.
Okay. We only can come to see you in the daytime during very specific hours.
No, we're fortunate enough that we're able to offer an evening program as well. We recognize many adults are working and they can't get there in the daytime. And fortunately, our Provincial Department of Education is very accommodating and will assist students to attend part-time evening programs completely free of charge.
You have to work at a rigid pace that you have no control over.
No, the environment is a self-paced environment, so you move through the curriculum as best you can. We want you to work diligently, and there'll be lots of help for you to move through it, but you do move through it at your own pace.
A final quiz for you. You can only access the Discovery Center in one specific place.
No, we also have a location in Clarenville and Harbour Grace, and there are 2 locations here in St. John's for people to get access to the program.
Well, you won that game. It's like, almost like you made
You
it
made
up.
it easy.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I want to talk about something that's pretty impressive to me, and that is embracing Facebook to go live with true, real-time conversations that we get to log in and overhear between current and former graduates, where they're talking the truth, talking about taking the first step, things that would intimidate, things that they discovered about themselves. How proud are you to have such an amazing army of graduates and students who are so happy to speak so well about what the Discovery Center does for them?
You know, it can be a very anxious moment for anyone who's been away from the school system for a period of time to return. And we try to alleviate that anxiety by showing others who have done it, hearing their stories, saying that it wasn't the difficult thing that they thought. The difficult part is starting the journey and making the decision. Once you come through the door, everyone who's gone through the program will tell you, so glad I did it. It was an easy thing to do once I got in through the door. The people inside know the anxiety and the fears you have about coming back to school, and they work really hard to make you feel at ease and to make your journey a success. We help everybody. You need an ally. When you go back to school as an adult, you need an ally who understands that you have a lot of responsibilities at home. You could have children at home. You could be working part-time. You could have transportation issues. So you need a facility that has a holistic approach to delivering education and understands those social, emotional, as well as academic challenges that people face.
I couldn't agree more. And in our final moment before we throw to how folks can get at you, I want to ask you, we talk a lot about better lives. And it's not about bad versus good, is it? It's really about good to great in the true sense, from confidence to the opportunities for better paying jobs, more. What do you say about that?
I think so many people come back after they've gone to school and say, I never thought I could do it. I came in, you helped me feel welcome, you got me through the program, and now I'm out, I'm a success, I have a good job, I'm able to go buy a car, I have the ability to help my family with homework, all of those different aspects, which it just makes it so rewarding.
I'd love to hear it.
And it's just a great feeling to be part of all of that.
So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Awesome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Guys, this is Out of the Fog. Back to wrap after this break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Well, boss, thank you so much for tuning in. Out of the Fog came through tonight. Thank you so much to Mike, Michelle, and Annalise for what you're doing to do all the incredible shorts and the writing and the productions that you do. And check out the Independent Film Festival for more on that. Steve and Carla from Recreation NL. It's all about making you time, and we're going to spend all year showing you that's recreation, so stay tuned for those. And of course, Steve Snow from the Discovery Center. Thank you so much for the work that you and your amazing team do to help adults get high school. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll see you next time.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others.